There's a common problem in the Roblox anime community. If you sit down and think about it, I'm pretty sure you realize the problem before I even have to say it, but I'm going to say it either way. Roblox anime games releases with very little content. The game killer problem is the lack of content in a Roblox anime game. But it goes deeper than this. Why do you think this is a problem? Sure, devs decide to release the game with a very limited amount of content, and they also decide to update and add more content later on, usually taking too long. It's not that devs are incapable of filling the game with a satisfying amount of content that will last us at least 2 weeks before the next update. Usually, and I'm not saying this for every dev, but usually this habit is motivated by money. I believe in this case, this is what motivated Project Slayer's release. Before release, testers, including myself, have stated the game is lacking content. I can tell you how much the devs have worked on Project Slayers from the time span of October 21st to release in July 2022. Very little. It wasn't a matter of taking the time to bring out a well-developed Demon Slayer game on the platform. It's simply because they did not want to work on the game. Or maybe I should phrase it as they didn't work on the game. Sometimes people have things going on in their life that they just can't contribute 100% of their time to work on their game. So I don't know, we'll just leave it as that. But anyways, that is why for one, Project Slayers took forever to release, and for two, there is barely any updates. Project Slayers was never a passionate project. It was a cash grab, a well-developed cash grab. But this isn't new news, and a lot of games we play on Roblox are actually cash grabs. Project Slayers was just one of them. It was never intended to last. There wouldn't be a problem with cash grabs if they were actually more lasting, but Roblox anime games in general die between, let's say, a time span of 2 weeks to a month and a half. Not everything, but a lot of things in this world is motivated by money. Games like GTA 5, Hogwarts, God of War, Ragnarok, Ghost of Tsushima, etc. are run by money. They have a budget that will contribute to determining how much money will be put into their projects. They spend millions, they make millions, sometimes billions. The point that I'm trying to make is that no game will ever be made if money isn't motivation. If money isn't a motivation. It's literally the same with YouTubers. No YouTubers going full-time if they aren't making a living off of what they do. Now, the problem that we have here is that most Roblox anime games are made with money in mind, and only money in mind. You don't believe me? Look how many scammers are in the community. There's a lot of scammers in the Roblox anime community. Literally every time I go on Twitter, I'll say probably at least once every few weeks, there is something about somebody getting scammed. Either that be a new dev or a well-known dev, an unpopular dev, or a popular dev. Take Pixel Piece for an example. Pixel Piece scammed 1x1. Now, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm neutral in that situation. I don't want to bring that situation up. But, there's definitely scamming going on. A game is made to be of the lowest standards that will bring players in. You make a game, you make it look great, you make it play great. You overhype the shit of the game, you release the game, players buy game passes, then those same players realize that the game was completely garbage. Overhyped garbage that was fun for the first 3 hours. Or maybe you play the game genuinely having fun, then you run out of content and things to do. Now you're stuck waiting for months for a new update. There is a difference between a cash grab and a passionate cash grab. I'll use Holy War X as an example. I wouldn't say Holy War X is 100% a passionate project, but there is definitely passion and desires going into the game. Holy War X is a continuation of Holy War 3 and is meant to be the last of the Holy War series. So with that in mind, I'll first delay the game's release to improve certain aspects of the game so that the game on the release will satisfy your at least some expectations. Now, he could have just released the game at the promise didn't disappoint everybody, but he didn't. Either way, if he delayed it, which he did indeed delay Holy War X's release date, or he didn't delay it, which did not happen, the game still would have been successful. It would have made a bunch of money. But the fact that he took his time and realized that, no, this is not the standard that I want the game to be, it's going to disappoint. We got to take more time to make sure we don't disappoint the community. Another example of passionate desires going into a game is Emblem Tales. Now, as you may know, Emblem Tales was supposed to release like last year, March, and it's been practically a year now since we've heard anything about Emblem Tales. They made an announcement in March 2022 saying that we don't know when we're going to release the game, but wouldn't be working on the game, blah 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 blah. Now 2023 February, we don't know when the game is coming out. We don't even know if the game is being worked on. I can tell you what I've been told. Yeah, the game is being worked on, but I don't know if that's true. Either way, they didn't release a game that wasn't ready for release. The devs of Emblem Tales said it themselves that it's a passionate project, which they indeed definitely are showing that it's a passionate project. The amount of hype that Emblem Tales had last year, March, was kind of crazy. Like, if they released the game, they would have made a bag. They would have made a bunch of money, but they didn't release the game. Now, I'm not saying Emblem Tales isn't overhyped. Emblem Tales might be overhyped. I've never played the game. I don't know what the game is. I don't know if the game is good or not. Sometimes passionate projects aren't good. Sometimes passionate projects actually suck. Sometimes 100% cash grabs are better than passionate projects, but that just comes down to the skill set of the devs. Usually, though, passionate projects are better than cash grabs. And if a cash grab is better better than a passionate project, it's usually because the meaning of the game is lame. Anyways, back on track. Project Slayers has about 4.2k people playing the game right now. Some may say that this is a dead game player count. Some may argue that it's still alive. I say that it's both dead and alive, and let me explain why. With about 4,000 concurrent players on Project Slayers, WAP is still making some kind of passive income on this game. On the other hand, Project Slayers to the community is dead. The hype is gone. There's really any well-known YouTubers making videos on the game. Nobody really talks about the game anymore. I don't have to tell you about the statistics of the game upon release. There was over 100,000 people playing the game, and I think it peaked like 130k. Obviously, died down for a bit, average about 40 to 60k for a few weeks. Died down a bit again until it reached like an all-time low of roughly, I'd say 4,000 to 8,000 players. Then update 1 dropped in November, roughly probably peaking, I'd say 70k people. For the sake of this video, let's say 50 to 60,000 people were playing on update day. Then again, the numbers declined to where it's at now. Now we're stuck here waiting for an update. Oh, great. A lot of the community has already moved on. Most of the players that are actually playing the game right now are late players who haven't played the game on release, or players who are actually stuck around, which I find it surprisingly hard to believe. Now, this brings me to the most famous question I get asked a lot in my comment section. Are we actually going to get an update? Is update 2 in the works? When is the new update coming? Now, this is entirely a new topic. On February 4th, UAP dropped some codes along with a message that read, expires in a week. News about update soon, maybe. Now that maybe is crazy. That maybe is outlandish. That maybe is insane. I'm going to tell you right now that that maybe is most definitely a no, and I am 70% sure of it. That, or he'll talk about what he's adding in the new update, and maybe an estimated time of release that is 100% going to get set back to a later date. The news he speaks of is useless. There's going to be no proof that he's working on an update, no sneaks, and literally nothing we want to see. I swear to you, he's gonna write a paragraph and he's gonna say, we're working on update 2. Estimated time is April. Then it gets pushed back a few weeks or maybe even a month to May. And in that same paragraph, he's gonna talk about what he's adding. We're gonna be adding this breathing. We're gonna be adding a new map, this and that. There's gonna be no sneaks though. Dude, I kid you not that the game is so dead right now, testers aren't even active anymore. If update 2 was genuinely getting worked on, we would be getting sneaks. The last update we got was in November. We're in February now. There's been 0 sneaks, 0 news about update 2. Yo, a couple months is crazy. The Project Slayer devs are not active devs. They don't work on the game actively. They update the game, they take a break. They update the game, they take a break. For however long their break is, they take their break, then they work on the update, which of course working on the update takes time. Then they release the update. I honestly do not know what update 2 of Project Slayers is coming out. And if it does come out, I can't promise I'm making a video on it. There's other games that is going to come out before update 2 even comes close to coming out. For example, Holy War X. I'm going to be playing Holy War X. I'm going to be grinding Holy War X. I'm going to be making content on Holy War X. I'm probably going to be so busy that I'm probably just going to ignore update 2 of Project Slayers. If it ever comes out, I will most definitely consider making videos on update 2. But there is no promises. The game is just taking forever to update, and I can't afford to just wait around for the game to update. And I feel like most of the community feels this way. Let me know what you think below in the comment section. Are you gonna play update 2 if it ever comes out? When do you think update 2 will be announced? And when do you think update 2 will actually come out? Personally, for me, I don't think it's a matter of waiting. I think update 2 will come out whenever it comes out. And if it doesn't come out, then it doesn't come out. But when update 2 does come out, depending on what I'm doing, I'm gonna play update 2, and I want to see what kind of content update 2 will have, and maybe make videos on it. Maybe at least one video. I think I'll make one video. But with that being said, I got nothing to say. Project Slayers is at an all-time low. Sure, 4.2k people playing the game, but in my eyes and in many other eyes, the game is dead, gone, bozo, done. Freaking Project Slayers more like project failure. I rest my case.
Shoot my shot like a fucking heat seeker. Off of the molly and the coke, she a keeper. No, I really love her, but no, I don't need her. No, it sounds bad, but I never wanna leave her. Yeah, I've been in my bag for a long, long time. I've been going down the road, it's a long, long ride. And the only one I want is you, my side. We gon' split this shit up like it was apartheid.